Hi, this is a video on basic percentages. I think you will relearn how to do percentage change and how to find the new value of something. So there are two main equations you're going to use. The first one is percentage change. Percentage change is always new minus old divided by old times 100%. Now remember, when you're finding percentage, you don't want to calculate this percentage sign. You don't want to put the percentage sign in your calculator. So you just do times 100, and this percentage sign goes down to the next step, and it's just going to be the unit on the next step. All right, next is I think this one is for here, yeah. It's the new value. So let's say you have an old value and you want to increase or decrease it with a given percentage, like 20% more, so plus 20%. Since you're not expecting to have a percentage here, you can calculate percentage in your calculator. So your final answer does not have the unit percentage, it has a number. All right, anyways, let's try. Question 1. The number of pandas in country is 1,000. Find the percentage change if it goes from 1,000 to 1,200. So percentage change is equals to new value 1,200 minus old value 1,000 divided by old value 1,000 times 100%. Times 100, 20%. Actually, this percentage, you can just not write it final answers, if that is better for you guys. For a decrease in value, so 960 is smaller. Now make sure you don't always put the larger one in front. Percentage change can be negative. So 960, new value minus old value 1,000 divided by old value 1,000 times 100 is equals to negative 4%. So it decreases by 4%. That's what it's saying. Okay, this is your classwork. Moving on, example number 2. Wait, why is there only 2 questions? Percentage change. Interesting. Anyways, example number 2. The rainfall was 45 mm on Monday. The rainfall increased by 60% on Tuesday. Find the rainfall on Tuesday. So we're finding what's the rainfall going to be on Tuesday. So it used to be 45, the old value. You want to increase it by 60%. So 100% plus 60%. 100% is basically 1. If you just do 100% times 100%, it's just going to do 45 times 1. So it's back to the original. So we want it to be original plus additional 60%. What would 45 change to? So this one, in simpler equations, 1 plus 60%. So 45, you include the percentage here, is 72. So it's gonna be 72 millimeters. How about less? So 5520, and then if it's less, it's gonna be 1 minus 8%. 5520 times 1 minus 8% is 5078.4 visitors. 0.4 feels so weird. All right, moving on. Example 3 is basically what we call successive, I think. Like you're gonna have different percentages consecutively. So in this question, 800 roses originally. Then it decreases by 10% the second week, maybe because of a storm. And then on the third week, it increased by 15% because the sun came back. So find the roses on the third week, right? 800 is the old value. If it decreases, 1 minus 10%. And then if it increases, it's 1 plus 15% afterwards. So you multiply all of them together. 800 times 1 minus 10% times 1 plus 15%. 828. So finally, the value is 828. And the last one here, 25K in January, increased by 10% in Feb, but decreases afterwards. And then further decreases afterwards. So finally, what's the value going to be? You can actually do this to calculate your marks. So whatever marks you got in your UT, if you want to increase it by 10%, you can calculate that. You know how to do that now. Sorry, there's a lot of things to put. $24816. That's what's it going to be. 24,816. Okay, so that is it for this video. I think that's everything I have to talk about. Wait, what's this? Okay, let me just talk about this as well. This one is asking for find the new number of students in the class. Oh, it's just separated. Okay, I'm not going to explain example 4. It's just separated boys and girls, and you combine them, you add them together. I want to talk about this one. This one's a bit different. So Antic runs an online store. The income of the store decreased by 5% in the second month and then increases by 8%. If the income was 16,416 on the third month, find the income in the first month. So you're finding the original value. We don't have it. Usually we have the original value here, and then we do 1 minus 5% for the first percentage change on the second month, and then 1 plus 8%, right? But since we don't have that value, we can make it x equals to the final value, 16,416. So this is going to be x, and you have to declare x. Let x be the income in the first month. Now, some of you might try this. Some of you might go like, if I go in reverse direction, like 16,416, and then instead of increasing by 8%, I decrease it by 8% first, and then it decreases by 5%, so I'm going to increase it by 5%. Will I get the real original income? The answer is no. So for example, if you increase $100 by 10%, it will turn into $110, right? But if you decrease 110 by 10%, it will become $99, not $100. So be careful with that, because the percentage is making reference to this value, and these two values are different. So 10% of 100 is not the same as 10% of 110. All right, where were we? Oh, yes. So you have to divide it to the right side. It will be like this. So 16,416 divided by 1 minus 5% divided by 1 plus. You should put an extra bracket here actually. $16,000. So X, the income in the first month is $16,000. All right, I think that's everything you need to know for this chapter, the most important ones. There are 3 in total. First one is percentage change, second one is finding the new value, and the third one is finding the old value, where you have to use the unknown. Okay, good luck. See you around. Bye.